Cricket here. Today we're going to be going over the Daystate Air Ranger. I purchased this Air Ranger about a year ago, and I've been using it quite extensively for target shooting and a lot of hunting in the field. Well, the first thing I'd like to point out is it is a bottle gun. It's 500 cc's. This is the 50 FPE version, and mine is running at around 60 FPE. It shoots a variety of pellets. It shoots a variety of pellets very well. It's a free floated barrel. It's fully shrouded. Without the hug-it system, it's a little bit louder. Some don't think it's backyard friendly. I shoot it in my backyard. I live in town. We're allowed to in our town. They don't have any rules against shooting air rifles in the backyard or bow and arrows, which I found kind of interesting, and I'm happy about. So anyhow, it's a bolt action rifle, and it's a thumb hole stock. It fills up to 230 bar or 250 bar. I still haven't figured that one out. It says both on the barrel, and I have no problems doing a 250 bar fill up and shooting it down. I get about 40 shots out of a fill, and it's pretty accurate. So it operates like any bolt action. Just slide the bolt action back till it clicks. It uses a single shot tray and a 10-shot magazine. Their magazines are some of my favorite. As you watched in my other videos, you'll know I really like the Daystate magazine. The single shot tray comes with the Ranger, and so does one 10-shot magazine. They're held in by magnets, which is kind of interesting, I thought. So in order to put the single shot magazine in, you just pull the rifle, cock it back. There's two little prongs that slide in, and then it just clicks in place. Magnets hold it in there, keeps it from falling out, and it works quite nicely. In order to get it out, just the opposite. Just pull it on out. The magazine has a little magnet on the side, it has a pin on each side. So you can move the pin from one side to the other if you want to load it from the left or the right. I like loading it from the left. I find it's much easier in the field for me to just have my hand on it and then pull it out. So if you have a big side wheel, like my hunting wheel, oh, that wasn't good. You gotta put it in from this side. It'll load just as easily from this side as well. You just switch the pin around, and the little magnet holds it in place. On some of the newer magazines, they have two holes for the magnet, and you can move the magnet from one side to the other, which is a little bit challenging, but can be done. The nice part about this gun is the thumb hole stock. In my opinion, I just love thumb hole stock. So your hand slides right up in. It's got the thumb up position, which I find really nice for hunting. And the location of the safety, which I thought was kind of odd in the beginning, is right here at the back of the breech. It just slides up and down. It's a rotary block design, and it's got a little lever on the bottom that blocks you from pulling the trigger forward. So the nice part about it is when I'm hunting and my hand's in position, my thumb's pretty much right there for the safety. So if I'm cruising along and I see a squirrel, and I just pop it up, and I can do it very quietly. So I like the safety on it. It works very easy. It's very smooth. Overall, it seems to be a pretty good design. I was more used to the ones down in the trigger block with the little button that you push back and forth. Overall, pretty nice design. As far as filling the gun, you gotta flip the gun upside down or from the side, and you'll see there's a cap which keeps dust and dirt and all that stuff out, which I find it's really odd to get a PCP without a cap or a dust cap of some sort, but I know they are out there. It's got a standard Foster fill, which is my favorite, only because it's easy. It just clips on, clips off. There's no probe. I don't have to worry about keeping my probe in a little plastic bag. I don't have to worry about, you know, the dust and the dirt. I don't have to worry about remembering it. The only thing I gotta remember is always to put my cap on. It's not threaded. It's held on with an O-ring, just like the Huntsman is, and it just snaps on and off. And it snaps on and off quite well, and I've never had an issue with it coming off. It takes quite a bit of effort to pull it off. So, and it helps keep everything clean. So overall, the gun weighs 8 pounds approximately. I think 7.7 to be exact is what the Daystate website says. I've never actually weighed it. So, and it's 40.5 inches long, which I really like guns that are 40 inches or less. And you start getting 44 inches, 48 inches, to me they just start getting really long when you're actually out hunting with them and swing them around. I just prefer the shorter design, so that's why I don't have the Huggett system or any of that on here. So there you have it. That would be the Daystate Air Ranger. Okay, now we're going to talk a little bit about the magazine and why I like the magazine so much. There's spring wound magazine, which I guess to make it simple, there's a spring inside here and you wind it up, and then there's a little lever that you can hear clicking away on the bottom, that when you pull the bolt back there's a little lever that actuates this lever. So you wind it up, and then every time you pull the bolt back it snaps and stops, it snaps and stops. And why I like that so much is the skirt of the pellet isn't stopping the magazine, so when you start using soft lead pellets they don't get deformed, and it allows for good alignment for the pellet to be loaded up into the barrel with the bolt. Also, what's nice about this magazine is it holds a variety of pellets. The Air Ranger, mine particular Air Ranger, will shoot 43 grain Eugen pellets well, 35 grain Eugen pellets well, 31 grain Barracuda as well. It'll shoot 25.4 grain JSBs well, and my favorite pellet for hunting at 40 yards and in would be the Polymag, and it also shoots them well. They all load up into this magazine quite well. It doesn't have the rubber band thing on this one. I don't know if the newer ones are going to have them or not. My Huntsman came with that, but the 25 Ranger didn't. And you just set the pellet in there, and the skirt, you know, it might be kind of hard to see, the skirt just catches on the edge of the magazine in the loading port, and it just rests there. So I find JSB pellets and Polymag pellets are made extremely well, that I don't have any trouble with them falling through. And generally speaking, I don't have any trouble with them catching. Once in a while they'll catch a little bit and you'll gotta just seat them just a little bit better. But the cool part about this setup is, let's say you're out hunting and nothing's going on, so you decide that you're going to pack up and head to another place. Well, you have one of two choices. You can shoot your gun, so that way you don't have a pellet in it anymore and it's not cocked anymore, and then you can put your magazine back in, and then you can go to your hunting spot, which happens with most of the magazines. With this particular magazine, you can decock the rifle, take the magazine out, decock the rifle, and put the magazine back in without it indexing. So what I generally do is, if I go to a place and I decide to leave, I have it all wound up, I take the magazine out, and then I just release the tension on the magazine, because I don't like to leave them all tensed up. And then when it's time to go back, I just wind it up to the open spot, and then I can slide it right back in. And that way I don't have no two pellets, I only have one pellet. So if you want to get the pellets out, they're real easy to get back out. You just index the magazine and they just pop them and they all come out. So anyhow, I guess I haven't found any pellets that don't fit in this magazine so far as Eugens or JSBs or any of the ones that I showed you. Just drop them in and away you go. So drop one in and hit the click. A lot of times I'll use the back side of a pellet. These fit a little tight, just to seat them in there a little bit. 35 greens fit right in there. Kodiaks fit right in there. JSBs obviously fit right in there. So I found this magazine to be extremely versatile, I guess. A lot of the magazines are too short. They don't fit the longer pellets. Very frustrating. So overall, the design of the Daystate magazine to me is a very good one. Everything, you know, could use improvement, but I think Daystate got this one pretty close to being right. It's been in service for a year now, and I've had zero trouble with it. like I have had with other magazines where the springs don't stay on, or they wear out, or they get weak. And this one so far has performed flawlessly for me. So that's a little take on the Daystate Air Rangers magazine. Okay, now we're going to take a look at how to fill the Daystate Air Ranger. This gun has got the fill port on the bottom, and it's got the gauge right on the side, which I actually really dig. So everything is easy to see and work with. It's not like it's filling from the bottom, looking at the bottom, or looking down the barrel, or whatever. It, to me, is a very convenient place to put the gauge. It makes the most sense, in my opinion, to have the gauge there. So, there again, one of my things that I like about Daystate, just small creature features. So, you pull the dust cap off. I keep a dust cap on my tank. It's just a carbon fiber tank, 4,500 PS fill. Here's your Foster. It's just got a little slidey device. And then it's got the male part there, so you just slide that on, clip it. It can't come off, it clips right on. Then you would charge your Air Ranger up to whatever you decide to charge it up to, and today we're going to be charging it up to 250 bar, which is roughly 3,600 psi. So we turn the valve, let it fill up. We can see the gauge there. You can see the valve. We close the valve off. I always give it just a second, and then we just open up the valve.